on YouTube. It's preparing a live stream meeting, so I don't know why it kicked us out after 40 minutes, but that's okay. So now, well, so there we are, and now I'm going to, and I'm going to call, okay, I had to close that out, and we'll see how we'll just see if it works. Anyway, getting back to it. So that's how this system works. It works with every Thursday. Then you have me on for 2 hours, where you can say, okay, I want you to describe this and to describe that, because they don't have time to describe everything for hours and hours, because there's only one person that knows what I know. And her name is Brittany. She's the owner of, and she's my granddaughter, who blessed me with 5 great grandchildren, and all girls. And I love those girls, and they love their grandpa, their great grandpa. So Brittany over there at Health and Herbs, that's your coach, but she's only one person. So don't think you're going to call her up and talk with her for hours and hours, because she's got 1,000 people trying to reach her, and she's doing everything. She's the manufacturer. She is a one-woman army, one woman who does everything. And occasionally she takes some of the children, some of the older children, to come and help her to manufacture all the herbs, to order all the product, to answer all the questions, to help all the people. So just know that we need to grow. We need to give Brittany more help, but we can't do that until we have the money to do it. For 60 years, I've been doing this, and I've never had a sponsor. Never had someone who said, hey, this is a great idea, helping people with natural remedies. Let's put some fuel in the tank and help more people. That never happened. And I don't know why, because I think this is a great idea of really helping people, because we have a unique way of helping people that isn't legal for anybody else to do what we do. And we're not taking advantage of that, because I don't have any funding for this operation, and I need funding. And the only funding I'm getting is just enough donations to barely keep going month to month. And we're growing, but we're growing too slow. There are too many people that are suffering and need to know about us and need our help. And we need more people to be able to help more people. So just know that we're in a growing stage, and we need your help. So that being said, let's and this keeps on coming, okay? And all right. All right, I think I turned that off. I'm multitasking because I've got I've got 2 computers going here, and 4 outlets going to Uber Conference, going to Zoom, going to Facebook, going to YouTube, and I'm doing everything alone. And that's the way I'm having to do most things alone. I don't have an assistant, and I can't afford one. But how this system works is a donation on the website, herbalhealthreview.com, $195 one time. And instead of $195 per year, it's $195 for a lifetime membership in this system. And we have a lot of people that are very poor. They don't have $195. They don't have any money. They're just like me, because I've given every penny I've ever had for 60 years to do this and to help all these people. And it's taken every penny every month. And that's the way it is. But we now have an opportunity to help people, not just at 195 per month, no, or per year, no, it's 195 for a lifetime membership and $20 for someone who can't do that. $20 a month, and you've got a manufacturer that's your coach that gives you a discount off of everything you're ordering, so it's less than the cost of going to the health food store. And you got free coaching from the manufacturer, and you've got free coaching from me every Thursday, and that's all part of that system for $20 a month if you can't afford the $195 one time for a lifetime membership. So that's it. That's what we're doing here. And I wanted you to know who we are, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. And I need to say hi to Facebook, people on Facebook. Hi, Joyful, and hi, Levy, and hi, Dana, and hi, Jader. We've got a lot of folks on Facebook that have joined us, and we want to thank you for joining us. Now, I wanted to let you know how the system works, that you've got a coaching system here, that you've got the products, and that's the only, and you can't just go to the health food store and get these products that we're talking about, because I had to invent 14,000 natural remedies in the last 60 years. And they're all there. I invented something for just about everything, because over 60 years, people would come to me with every kind of a thing, and I would pray over it, and I would invent a formulation. Okay, spirit-filled and spirit-led. That's how it works. Now that we've explained the system, that you can either $195 donation for a lifetime membership or $20 per month. And you've got a coaching system and a discount on any health food products that you need. That's the system that the government doesn't want you to know about. That's the system that the government sent the force of the federal government against me, and they lost. They lost because I didn't have an attorney. The Most High God is my attorney, and that's why they were thrown out of court. So that's it. Let's get started here on alcoholism. Let's start with that one. Alcoholism. And I'm looking for where I was. Discoveries in health. No, that's not it. And wound, raw. Okay, I lost it. So I'm going to go get it. Nope, there it is. I have it right here. So talking about alcoholism, let's describe it. Let's describe what's going on and what we can do about it. Well, alcoholism. Family's been destroyed when a person has an addiction to alcohol. There's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol, but in moderation. Moderation being 1 to 2 ounces total. That's moderation. But when you start hitting 4 ounces, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces, 8 ounces is half a pint. And you get to 16 ounces, you got a pint of alcohol. And people are going through alcohol as though it's okay. It's not okay to drink that amount of alcohol. Small amount of alcohol is actually good for you, up to 1 to 2 ounces. But if you're allergic to it, or you don't tolerate it, or it's not the right thing, don't do it at all. But if you are going to do it, keep it down to 1 to 2 ounces. And if you feel the need to drink, then unfortunately, you in fact have a problem, and you need to reevaluate your priorities. You can say a person is addicted to alcohol when drinking levels start affecting the physical health, the mental health, the social interaction, family responsibilities, or occupation demands. And if you're having trouble in those areas with alcohol because of alcohol, then the alcohol's got to go. You can't let the alcohol rule your life and ruin your marriage. or your relationships. There are various symptoms of alcohol addiction. Some of the common symptoms are anxiety, neglecting family life, having an irresponsible attitude towards work, and you have a confused mind. Ways to treat alcohol cravings. Let's talk about that. Because people with alcohol addiction should be treated with sympathy and understanding, because it's a hard road to stray from. It is very important to realize the disastrous effect of alcohol abuse is having on your life and those in your family. A positive picture should be focused on one which shows the advantages of life without having the need to abuse alcohol. The purpose is to get a treatment program to help get your life back on track. If you experience withdrawal symptoms, and this is why you choose not to quit, your habit, then you need to consider this treatment. Withdrawal symptoms include sick, trembling, sweating, or having cravings for alcohol. Using the following herbal tincture extracts can help prevent withdrawal symptoms. There's lots of things we can do about this. Licorice root, 15 to 20 drops, maybe even up to 30 drops, 15 to 30 drops, 3 times daily. And a millet extract of millet greatly reduce the damage that alcohol does to the body. Millet is a grain that actually helps to heal the myelin nerve sheath. So it really is a nerve food. Millet and licorice root. And licorice root isn't for everyone. Licorice root is for people who don't have high blood pressure. So you want to make sure that if you start on anything, that you're consulting with your herbalist. You're consulting with Brittany over there at Better Health Herbs. That's their website, betterhealthherbs.com, or their phone number there at Health and Herbs in Houston, Texas. That telephone number is 541-791-8400. And that is your coach. They'll coach you back to health, and I'll help them. And when I get involved, I'm going to ask you for a donation so that I can help other people, because that's what I've been doing for 60 years, over 60 years now. But there's something that will help stop cravings of all sorts and kinds, cravings of tobacco, cravings of drugs, and cravings of alcohol. It's a formula that I created called Stop Craving. And let's click on it, because any of these herbs that we're talking about, we can click on it. And when I did, it just went right into it. And that's not what it's supposed to do. I was supposed to be able to click on it and open it in a new link. And so there it is. It's opened in a new link. And its formula number of the licorice root is number 1123. And so I'm looking at it. and whoops, that's formula 1123. That's the Stop Craving formula, not the licorice. It's not licorice, it's the Stop Craving formula. And its number for the Stop Craving formula is on the website, betterhealthherbs.com. It's that's the stock number 1123. You can put it into the search engine, it will bring it up. And when it brings it up, it'll give you the option of ordering anywhere from 1 ounce up to 32 ounces of it. at a time. The more you buy, the less it costs, because you get extra discounts anytime you're over 2 ounces. When you hit the 4-ounce size, it gives you an extra discount off of the 2-ounce size. And then on 8 ounces, it gives you another extra discount. So the larger the size, the more the discounts of these extracts. And again, I don't get anything from the sale of any of these products. And I created this formulation. And this formulation has calamus root. It will make you want to throw cigarettes or tobacco away. You'll lose your taste for tobacco with calamus root. And instead of reaching for a cigarette, you're going to just give yourself a squirt or two of this number 1123 Stop Craving formula. I wonder if it even has a name. Does it? No, it doesn't have a name. You see, the government will not let you know what's in there, because according to the government, you're not allowed to have a Stop Craving formula. So it used to be called Stop Craving formula. But then the government said, no, if you call it Stop Craving formula, we'll close you down. You can't do that. See, they obstruct any information that may help you. The government is in the drug business. The FDA is bought and paid for by the pharmaceutical industry. It's no secret. They boast that they have received since 1940, when the FDA came into existence. They have received from the pharmaceutical industry. The FDA has received over $8 billion. That's payola. That is a conflict of interest. It's just plain wrong. And that's why you don't have a choice, because all the rules, all the laws are all slanted to keep the pharmaceutical industry in business. And that's the same thing in this COVID deal. That's a hoax. You heard me. The COVID deal is a hoax. And all it is who follow the money, who's getting rich. The politicians who are pushing this COVID thing and getting a payola from the pharmaceutical industry. The FDA who's getting the payola from the pharmaceutical industry. And the pharmaceutical industry got plenty of money. I mean, everybody is going to be forced to take this vaccination. And if not, you're a second-class citizen who will not be able to board an aircraft. You will not be able to do this. You will not be able to do that. And you will not be able to travel, et cetera, et cetera. You become a second or a third-class citizen in the United States if you don't allow them to do what they're doing to you and to me. I'm not going to get vaccinated no matter what. No matter what. So that's the way that's going to go. And there are a lot of people in the same boat. I guess they're just going to fill their concentration camps with people who will not get vaccinated. I'm not sure how this is going to end, but it's not good. And the government is totally needs to rethink what they're doing, because it's not working. Now, we're talking about a Stop Craving formula, and that Stop Craving formula gets rid of cravings. And so that's what it is. And whenever you're craving something, you put a 1 or 2 squirts of that under your tongue and hold it there a little bit. Let the enzymes secrete in your mouth and mix with that herbal formulation. And when it does, it will activate the nutrients in the tincture extract. So the state-of-the-art delivery system is taking a liquid and putting it in your mouth, under your tongue, holding it for 1 to 3 minutes and letting those enzymes work with it, and then swallow it with water, juice, tea, whatever you want. But that's how to unlock the nutrients and activate them with the enzymes. in your mouth. And that's why these work so well. So what's in there? Calamus root, lobelia leaf, which is the general. Lobelia leaf is a general. It takes all the other herbs in the formula and takes them where they're supposed to go and holds them there and makes them do their job. That's what lobelia leaf does. A lot of people don't understand what lobelia is or what it does, but that's what it is. That's what it does. Lobelia leaf. So the first herb in the stop craving formula number 1123 was calamus root, that takes your cravings away, and especially cravings of tobacco and alcohol and drugs. Then it's got the lobelia leaf that acts as a general to make everything go where it's supposed to and hold it there. And also the lobelia leaf is a sedative. Now, the next herb in there, the third herb in there, is valerian root. Valerian root is a sedative. It's a relaxant. It's going to calm you down so you're not anxious and wanting that drink and wanting that cigarette or wanting those drugs. It's going to calm you down. We got two sedatives. Lobelia is a sedative. Valerian root's a sedative. Mistletoe leaf is in there. It's a sedative. And skullcap leaf is in there. And it's a sedative. And hops flower is in there. And it's another sedative. And so is kava kava root. Kava kava root will actually, you can take if you take like 2 or 3 squirts of kava kava root under your tongue, your arms could go numb for a short period of time because it numbs everything out. Kava kava numbs everything out. Let's say you went and you helped somebody move and you worked all day long lifting boxes and so forth, and generally you sit at a desk, so you're not used to doing that. So then when you come home, you are so sore, you got to take an Epsom salts bath and so forth to relieve your sore muscles, and you would want some kava kava root. I had somebody come to me, and that was our computer guy. That's with my dear friend Gary. He helped somebody move. He's always helping people move. He helps. I don't know how these people find him, but he's always coming to me and say, "I just helped somebody move." I don't know. He's got a lot of friends, and they're moving all the time, I guess. But anyway, Gary came to me after he helped somebody move, and he said, "I've been helping some." And so we've been working at this for 8 hours. My arms are so sore I can hardly lift my arms. So I gave him couple of squirts of kava kava root under the tongue. 10 minutes later, I asked him, "How you feeling?" He said, "My arms are numb. I don't feel any pain anymore." That's kava kava root. Passion flower is the only sedative that you can give to a child or an adult that isn't going to make them sleepy. The other sedatives, like hops, flowers, that's going to make you sleepy. Skullcap, mistletoe, valerian, they'll all make you kind of, be a sedative, which is what you need. You need to calm down when you want to reach for a cigarette. You need to calm down when you want to reach for a drink, another drink, and another drink. And that'll do it. So that's the formula that will really help with addictions of alcohol, tobacco, drugs, and it's called number 1123, and it used to be called Stop Craving. Now there's no name on the bottle. It only says 1123. That's it. And with everything, you want to be cautious, and you want to be. You don't want to use high doses of this formula. High doses may cause dizziness, mental confusion, or irregular pulse rate and vomiting, because the lobelia is good against asthma, and it will cause the asthma to be vomited out, and you get rid of the asthma. That's one of the herbs that can be used against asthma is lobelia leaf. But so you don't want to use high doses here. You want to use small doses. 1 or 2 squirts under the tongue. Or if you're sensitive, start with just a few drops. Matter of fact, whenever you start anything you've never used before, don't start with the large dose. Start with a small dose, like 6 drops, 2 or 3 drops under the tongue. And then, so you find out what your actual dose is, because everybody's dose is as individual as their thumbprint. So you can't say, hey, I'm able to take 60 drops. Well, maybe you could, but maybe I can't. So always start with a little bit and increase it until you know it's either working or it's not working, you like it or you don't like it. So only use in small doses internally with the stop craving formula number 1123. Do not use for an extended period of time. Otherwise, it may cause headaches, muscular spasms, palpitations, mental depression in some individuals. It is not for everyone, and it tends to be overused because of its success with certain individuals. Do not use if protein hypersensitive, or if you have chronic progressive infections such as tuberculosis and AIDS. You don't want to use this formulation. And you do not give to children under 6 years of age. And you do not take if pregnant, nursing, or have a liver disorder. And you keep out of reach of children. All natural remedies. Because they don't know what you just don't want kids dosing themselves with. You want to dose them. You want to dose the children yourself. So that's it for that particular product. Let's get back over to alcoholism. So then there's kudzu, Kudzu. Kudzu will minimize the craving for alcohol drinking. Kudzu contains a chemical compound called daidzin, D-A-I-D-Z-I-N, daidzin. And but it will minimize the craving for alcohol. Kudzu, Kudzu. Then there's golden seal root. Golden seal root helps to fight sugar cravings by killing the bacteria candida that overpopulates in the intestine, which may be the cause of alcohol sugar cravings. So golden seal root, again, we're going to go through it for a short time. Now, the hops is the reason hops is in the stop craving formula is because it's successful. Hops is successful, it's proven successful in lowering the want for alcohol. It's soothing on the nerves. It's relieving such problems as muscle spasms, toning up the liver. And I'm trying to figure out how that got turned on. And so golden seal, it may cause alcohol. You're going to get rid of that Candida albicans. So golden seal to get rid of the Candida cravings, because it helps get rid of the Candida albicans bacteria in your stomach that could be causing those extra cravings. So hops, we talked about, and we talked about hops because it's soothing to the nerves, and hops is relieving to such problems as muscle spasms, and hops is toning up the liver. Hops is not only toning up the liver, it's also toning up the gallbladder and cleaning out the liver of harmful toxins. Hops. St. John's wort may decrease alcohol intake and help with depression-related drinking. Milk thistle is very special for anybody who's got an alcohol problem, because milk thistle is rich in an antioxidant called silymarin. And the silymarin is used, Well, it's often touted as a means of restoring liver health and protecting against alcohol-induced liver damage. Milk thistle will create 60% new liver cells every 120 days. That's extraordinary. Milk thistle will coat over your liver and not let toxins harm your liver. It will stop poisons from getting into the liver. Milk thistle is an extraordinary herb that anyone with digestive or liver disorders, they must know about milk thistle seed extract, milk thistle seed powder, and then there's reishi mushrooms. Reishi mushrooms have been used as a tonic to prevent fatty liver and cirrhosis of the liver due to alcohol abuse. Reishi mushrooms. Recovery is a gradual process, and it takes time and determination to actually work. Treatment will get you on the road to recovery. It is easier said than done, obviously, but it is not impossible. Anything you set your heart and your mind to, you can accomplish. You can try reducing the amount of alcohol consumption day by day, gradually, and also try the above methods. But if you don't want to quit, it's just because it's that much harder. It makes it that much harder when you don't want to quit. And don't quit for others because they want you to. Quit because it's something you want, and realize it is something you need to do for your body. The addiction may be a problem for people around you, but you are the one who ultimately pays the price, and your body is the one that is affected. It's very important that you get into a make lifestyle changes, high energy, high nutrition diet system. And it's called Make Lifestyle Changes. And I created that report, and I polished it and polished it, and I polished it for years and years. That Make Lifestyle Changes system is a high energy, high nutrition diet that keeps you highly energized. And so you want to get into that Make Lifestyle Changes diet. So why you should not want to drink, why you should not want to drink. Because it generates sleeping problems. It interferes with the brain's communication pathways and can affect the way the brain looks and works. Alcohol creates memory loss. Alcohol can cause cardiomyopathy, stretching and drooping of the heart muscle, and arrhythmias, irregular heartbeat. And alcohol causes chronic digestive problems, fatigue, shakiness, strokes, high blood pressure. And alcohol, well, the pancreas can produce toxic substances, which eventually lead to pancreatitis, a dangerous inflammation and swelling of the blood vessels in the pancreas that prevents proper digestion. Alcohol changes your appearance and your personality. Alcohol increases the chance of getting cancer in the mouth, the throat, the liver, the breasts, and the esophagus. Alcohol takes a toll on the liver and can lead to a variety of problems and liver inflammations, including steatosis, fatty liver, alcohol hepatitis, fibrosis, and cirrhosis. So none of the above facts are beneficial. All of these are things that alcohol is causing all these problems. None of the things we just talked about are beneficial. They're all causing problems from alcohol. They only cause harm and pain. Alcohol only causes harm and pain. So is it really worth it? Take advantage of the options you can take to have a better, healthy future before it's too late. That's it. That's our take on alcohol. But one of the keys here, I'm going to stress it one more time, is to make lifestyle changes, diet system. Let's click on that for just a moment. Just a moment. It's right here. Let's click on make lifestyle changes, diet system. When I get my mouse there. No, that isn't it. There we go. Make lifestyle changes, diet system. Here it is. And the make lifestyle changes diet system, it starts out with how much water and what kind of water you're supposed to drink, and how to use a slice of lemon in your water to alkalize the water so it's more alkaline, because disease loves acid, and disease can't exist when the body is alkaline. So you want to know about that. And we've got an open mic there, and I'm going to go find out what's going on. Over there in North Carolina, your microphone is open. Do you have a question, a topic, or a suggestion?
Yes, I do, Dr. Truman. Shalom. Hope everyone's doing well. I want to know what is turmeric good for?
Turmeric, also called curcumin, is anti-inflammatory. It's one of the best anti-inflammatories and anti-cancer herbs you can use for breast cancer is turmeric. Turmeric is that yellow powder that you're going to find in all of the East Indian cooking. Everything that's yellow, well, that's because it's got turmeric curcumin in it, because it reduces inflammation, and you're going to find it throughout India, throughout Egypt. Turmeric is in everything, so it's anti-inflammatory, and you can use a lot of it. I mean, it gets rid of inflammation. It's one of the greatest herbs to get rid of inflammation, and so safe that you can eat it as a food. So you can take just as much as it takes to reduce inflammation of any type. So that's what turmeric is. Did you have another question, sir?
No, sir. That'll be all. Thank you so much.
All right. All praises to the Most High.
I had a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm calling. I have really bad allergies to food, pollen, skin. I mean, I basically live in a bubble because of my autoimmune labs for itching are so high. They're in the tens of thousands. Most people's labs are like, 105 or something. Mine is over 70,000.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out what I could take. And a lot of what I'm allergic to is also herbs.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Well, here's the thing. Number one, you asked what I could do for your allergies, which means you're asking me to prescribe or diagnose for you, which is against the law. I can't do that. But I can talk about allergies and tell you all about allergies and how to get rid of them. So I can do that, and I can help you improve your autoimmune system, but I can't I can't prescribe or diagnose for you, and I just want you to be sure that it's clear, because the FDA, what they do is they like to send people into the room to lead me into a trap. And then they ask me, what's good for my cancer? How do I get rid of my cancer? How do I get rid of my allergies? And that's how I get to go to jail. So I'm not going to, so I just want you to know that that's a trap that the FDA uses. You didn't use it on, you didn't do that on purpose, but anybody in the room, please don't ask me what's good for my problem. Ask for what's good for a person with a problem. That way I'm not diagnosing and prescribing. I'm just talking about what is used to help a certain situation. Okay?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so now how we need to start here, Sandra, in Houston.
No, my name is Priscilla.
Oh, it's what?
My name is Priscilla Anderson with My Natural Pharmacist.
Oh, okay, because it comes up as Sandra Partridge. Okay. In that case, anyway, what I'm going to ask you to do, is to go on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. When you're on that website, I want you to click on the About tab. The About tab will explain the entire system of how you're going to get more help than you've ever gotten before. You're going to be working with a manufacturer who becomes your coach and coaches you and knows all about these things and has been working with these kinds of things for years and years. And the manufacturer, of course, manufactures all the natural remedies. They make them there. So they know all about these things. They can answer your questions, but it starts with that member intake form. It's an online form, and you'll see it in the About tab. So when you click on the member intake form and you fill it out, it's an online form. You fill it out, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. You press submit, and I'm sorry, we got talking in the background, and I'm going to close that out so we don't have talking in the background. And so that's how it works. So once I get that member intake form from you, and I get it in 5 minutes, when you filled it out in 5 or 10 minutes and you press the button and it comes to me in about 5 minutes, then I pray over that. I read it, I look it over, I pray over it, I answer all your questions, I send you all the information, all the research, so that you know exactly what it is that's going on and all the options that you have. Well, now you would have to be an herbalist to figure out which one of the options that you really want, or which ones you should try to use first. And that's where, when you get that member intake form, you'll know that I not only sent it back to you, I sent that member intake form to the manufacturer. Now the manufacturer becomes your coach when you call the manufacturer. So now you're going to call the manufacturer and you say, okay, do you have my form? And the manufacturer says, yes, I'm looking at it. And then they help you select just the supplements that you need, nothing that you don't need. So then you get started, and then you call your coach back and you say, okay, this worked, that didn't work, I need more help here. Over there with this other problem totally disappeared, and I'm really happy. My diet is better, my energy's up, because I found out about the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system. And
Hello, are you there?
I'm here. Are you listening to me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me. Okay.
No, I heard most of it. It's like you stopped. I heard you talk about the manufacturer. Actually, I go to your store on Highway 6. So
yes, in Houston, Texas, and it's not my store.
Yeah.
I don't own anything. I invented all of it. I invented the manufacturing. I invented 14,000 natural remedies, and the government told me if I didn't walk away from all of it, they would destroy me financially. We wound up in federal court, and then that's why I'm so cautious, because when I went into federal court, I didn't have an attorney. I couldn't afford one because I don't have any money, because every penny I get, I help people. And so I've been doing this over 60 years. But anyway, I wound up in federal court without an attorney. So the Most High was my attorney, and the Most High came upon the judge, and the judge threw the FDA out of court and told him to leave me alone and never come back into that courtroom again. So that's why I'm so cautious about the FDA, because they don't like me. They don't like anybody who uses natural remedies, and they don't want you to use natural remedies. They want you to drug yourself until you are dead. That's what they want. So that is what's going on here. And what I mentioned was that you needed to go on the website herbalhealthreview.com and click on the Make Lifestyle Changes report. Click on the About tab. Click on the About tab. The Make Lifestyle Changes report is in that, and the member intake form is also in the About tab. You may have to go to the side panel on the website herbalhealthreview.com, but in the About tab, it'll give you a link to the member intake form. That's the most important thing. Fill it out, press the button, goes directly to me. Also, then I answer all your questions, send it back to you. Then you will have the telephone number of the manufacturer, which is 541-791-8400. But you already know that because you said you visited their store in Houston, Texas. But anyway, so now that member intake form, now they have this, they'll have that, and you'll have it with all my suggestions. So now they will help you pick just what you need from those suggestions to get started. And then they send you an email with how to use everything, how much to take, so you got the complete instructions, you got the product, you get started, then you call them and you say, okay, this worked, that didn't work, I need more help here, or whatever it is. And you work with them until you don't have the problem anymore. And that's why we're successful, is because that's a lot of work. And nobody's charging you for that consultation. It's all part of a system that I ask for a donation because I get nothing from the sale of any product. I don't have any sponsors, so I'm not beholden to anyone. And I'm not beholden to the government. I'm not beholden to anyone. I can just say what I want and do what I want until finally the government finds a way to destroy me, which they're working on, I'm sure. So that's it. So that's the system. And to be a member, to access all the hundreds of videos, all the hundreds of reports on that website, I ask for a donation to help me keep going, because that's all I get. I have no income other than Social Security, because I'm over 80 years old, and I've been doing this for over 60 years. And for 10 years, over 12 years now, 11 years now, I've got nothing from all of my labor and all of my work. Nothing. I get nothing from it except that donation. The donation is $195 per year is what it to be in this system, for me to take care of you and for me to answer your questions, for me to provide this 2-hour broadcast where you have me describing things and so forth. That's all $195 one time. It's going to be $195 per year, but right now it's $195 per person one time for a lifetime membership. And for those who have no money, who are like me, who live on their Social Security and have very little income, then those people who don't have any money, I will accept $20 donation, $20 a month, $20 a month for a coaching system and discounts on anything that you order from the manufacturer. What do you think of that system?
Yes, it's a great system.
Thank you. It's the only one like it in the world, because the FDA said you can't do this, but a federal judge said yes, he can. So that's why I'm here. So that's it. That's where I'll be looking for you to go on that website and send me, fill out that member intake form and press the button so I can then help you, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We've got lots of topics here today, and I'm getting shorter and shorter on time, and we're trying to get through this. But I wanted to give you a picture of that Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, because that is the rock you stand on. That is the foundation. Your diet is the foundation of your health. So it tells you how much water to drink. It gives you all these special nutrients that build you up and strengthen you, and so that you can get over anything, so that you can be stronger and healthier and not come down with anything. Because see, this is the key. Why did so many people die from this COVID plague? Because their immune systems were down. Their immune systems weren't strong enough. That's why they got sick. And then they didn't know the natural remedies, because I'm not allowed to tell you the natural remedies that get rid of COVID. I'm not supposed to talk to you about the things like wild oregano oil. I'm not supposed to talk about that. According to the government, there is no cure. And if you talk about one, then you're in trouble. Doesn't that just sound like it? It sounds like, ancient times all over again, where they're going to burn you at the stake if you go against them. And that's all it is. It's that type of mentality that is permeated our government, which is unaccountable. And those kinds of things need to stop. And these are the kinds of things that we need our freedom back. Because politicians been chipping away at our freedom ever since we got it. That's been a long time, been hundreds of years now. So this Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, that will increase your immune system where you don't get COVID. You don't get anything. You just stay healthy. You're like me. You get to be 80 years old and you just feel fantastic. I'm always looking for more work to do and more people to help. That's what I do. Anyway, the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, get into it, and that's going to really be a big change. I need to drink some water. Okay, let's see if I can get through the rest of this. So we talked about alcoholism. We've got to talk about another subject here, and that subject would be hiatal hernia, because that's a person over there on Facebook wanted to know about stomach hernias. So when you're talking about stomach hernias, let's talk about hiatal hernia. Hiatal hernia, there's different types of hernias that develop inside different parts of the body, causing an abnormal bulging. Okay, let's get that over here and bring it over here. And there we go. So now we're looking at the report that's going to describe hernias which develop inside different parts of the body, causing an abnormal bulging of one area into another area. A hiatal hernia, also known as hiatus hernia, forms inside the diaphragm, the muscular area that lays between the chest and the lower abdomen. It's the most common diaphragmatic hernia with the prevalence rate of hiatal hernia is between 13% to 60% of all adults. From 13 to 60% of all adults have this diaphragmatic hernia. This includes roughly half of those over the age of 50 have these hernias. However, many people with a hiatal hernia have no idea because they never experience noticeable symptoms. They got a hernia that they don't know it. The abdomen holds most of the most important organs in the digestive system. These include the lower part of the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, colon, rectum, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, kidneys, and bladder. When the abdomen experiences injury, lots of pressure, straining, or inflammation, then any of these organs can dysfunction. Middle to older aged women over 50 years old, develop hiatal hernias more than any other group. The risk only goes up if the woman is overweight, obese, ill due to another disease, or pregnant. According to the Cleveland Clinic, if you talk to your doctor about symptoms of heartburn, if you talk to your doctor about symptoms of heartburn, anemia, acid reflux, or GERD, he or she might have recommended that you should be checked for a hiatal hernia. All of these conditions are related and develop due to similar causes. These causes include eating a poor diet, being overweight, obese, taking certain medications, or high levels of inflammation. What is a hiatal hernia? A hiatal hernia is when a part of the stomach pushes into the chest through an opening called the hiatus. The hiatus is part of the digestive system that connects the stomach to the esophagus, also called the food pipe. Officially, there are 4 types of hiatal hernias. Type 1, the most common, occurs when there is a widening of the muscular hiatal tunnel and circumferential laxity of the phrenoesophageal membrane, allowing a portion of the gastric cardia to herniate upwards. That's type 1. Types 2, 3, and 4 also involve phrenoesophageal membrane and account for 5% to 15% of all hiatal hernias. Type 2 results from a defect in the phrenoesophageal membrane. Type 3 have elements of both type 1 and type 2, and type 4 results from a large defect in the phrenoesophageal membrane. While a hiatal hernia sounds like a pretty painful condition, given that the stomach pushes through an opening in the diaphragm and into the chest, most people with one don't even notice any symptoms. When symptoms do occur, they include heartburn, acid reflux symptoms, or developing a more severe digestive problem called gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD for short. And I wrote a report about it. I called it acid reflux. And you can read all about how to get rid of GERD when you go on the website herbalhealthreview.com and click on common conditions. Then you can look under acid reflux. It'll tell you how to deal with GERD. Around 20% of all adults experience these symptoms on a regular basis, and some almost daily. While some people with hiatal hernia suffer from symptoms of heartburn and acid reflux, the hernia doesn't seem to directly cause these conditions. Instead, whatever factors contribute to acid reflux, poor diet, inflammation, there's where you could use some turmeric for that inflammation, also contribute to hernias. Okay, whatever factors contribute to the acid reflux are also contributing to the hernias. Having a hiatal hernia isn't a guarantee of developing acid reflux or GERD. However, some people have one condition without having the other. But research shows there is often overlap between the two. Additionally, hiatal hernia is common among those with Crohn's disease, which again is another report that I wrote all about Crohn's disease and how to deal with it with natural remedies. Now, common symptoms of hiatal hernia. If someone does develop signs of or symptoms of a hiatal hernia, usually they include chest pain, burning sensations, and irritation in the throat. And other symptoms related to acid reflux, heartburn, and GERD are also possible. Symptoms associated with acid reflux include heartburn, bitter taste in your mouth, periodically, or for some people throughout the day. Some people taste regurgitated food or sour liquid at the back of their mouths and throats, and waking up feeling like you're choking or coughing in the middle of the night. Dry mouth, gum irritation, including tenderness and bleeding, bad breath, regurgitation of acidic foods, bloating after meals and during bouts of symptoms, nausea. And the more severe symptoms of hiatal hernia can include bloody vomiting, possible sign of damage in the lining of the esophagus, or you might have black stools, belching, gasiness, burping, and flatulence. If you have flatulence after meals, hiccups that are difficult to stop, difficulty swallowing, possible sign of narrowing of the esophagus, unexpected weight loss, discomfort that worsens when bending over or laying down, hoarseness upon arising or throughout the day, chronic coughing or throat irritation, throat soreness and dryness. In severe cases of GERD, the GERD may lead to bleeding ulcers in the esophagus. It also can lead to a dangerous condition called Barrett's esophagus, which can lead to esophageal cancer. So, all right, so we went through that pretty good. Let's get down here to the types of hernias. Well, there are several different types of hiatal hernias. Two are the most common. Sliding. The most common type, also one associated with development of GERD, and paraesophageal. These are also called type 1 and type 2, while type 3 is a combination of both. Sliding hiatal hernia is type 1, also called concentric or axial hiatal hernia, or sliding hiatus hernia. Sliding hiatal hernias account for more than 95% of all hernias. This type occurs when the stomach moves into the opening leading to the chest through the hiatus, resulting in a sliding hiatus hernia. Normally the gastroesophageal junction keeps the stomach acids inside the stomach. It has an anti-reflux barrier function. This is compromised in patients with hiatal hernia. Stomach acid leaks out of the stomach and into the lower esophagus, causing GERD and causing GERD to develop. GERD may lead to reflux esophagitis, Barrett's esophagus, and esophageal adenocarcinoma. The doctor can use X-rays to diagnose hiatal hernias. The paraesophageal hiatal hernia type 2, the remaining 5% of hiatal hernias are paraesophageal. This type develops next to the esophagus. And of the two types, paraesophageal hernia is riskier because it can lead to reduced blood flow reaching the stomach, contributing to complications like cell death and tissue damage. Type 3 hiatal hernia, this type is a mixture of type 1 and type 2 hiatal hernias because it involves both defects. Type 4 hiatal hernia caused due to herniation of the abdominal organs, the spleen, the colon, the pancreas, though through the esophageal hiatus. Hiatal hernia risks and factors. Hiatal hernias occur when the muscles surrounding the hiatus opening, which separates the esophagus from the stomach, becomes weak and stops functioning properly. The esophageal hiatus is an oval-shaped opening that is controlled by certain ligaments and membranes. These ligaments and membranes are essential in maintaining control of the tissue of the stomach and also stomach contents, including acid. They normally work by sealing it off, sealing off potential spaces between the esophageal hiatus and the esophagus. They are open and they close, depending on if you've just eaten something. When the swallowing muscles and tissues in the esophagus become inelastic or weak, strained, or are exposed to too much stress and pressure, stomach acid and parts of the stomach can make their way into the lower esophagus, the food pipe. This is why hiatal hernia is associated with heartburn and acid reflux and GERD. The risk factors associated with hiatal hernias include high levels of okay, I lost my place. The risk factors associated with hiatal hernias include high levels of inflammation, which is linked to poor gut health and eating a poor diet, obesity, or being overweight. This usually causes increased pressure in the abdomen. Since obesity is usually tied to eating a highly processed poor diet, It can also contribute to inflammation and other forms of indigestion. Pregnancy, which puts pressure on the digestive organs. Chronic or strong coughing. This can be due to respiratory illness, such as an infection. Constipation, straining, or pushing during bowel movements. Genetic factors. Some people are born with a larger than normal hiatal opening in their diaphragm, which increases the risk for hernia. Vomiting to the point of pushing too hard on the digestive muscles. Lifting heavy objects to the point of straining a muscle in the digestive tract. Injury to the diaphragm or abdomen. Older age, which is associated with muscle weakness. Recovering from surgery of the abdomen. So, and there's complications due to hernias, heartburn and acid reflux and GERD, stomach bleeding and or ulcerations, and conventional treatment. Not everyone who has a hiatal hernia needs treatment, especially since most don't experience symptoms or pain. And if you do not have symptoms, your doctor can diagnose a hiatal hernia by performing an endoscopy test, a pH test, a barium swallow scans, or x-rays to look for abnormalities inside the esophagus. Once the doctor finds a hiatal hernia, treatments will depend on how severe your symptoms are, if there are any complications that have developed, and how often you deal with pain due to heartburn and acid reflux and GERD. Most of the time, treatments are used to control GERD symptoms. People are using antacids and H2 blockers, or use other medication. These are commonly used to manage symptoms of heartburn, acid reflux. Some lower acid production, while others block block the acid's effects, or help clear stomach acids quicker. Medications can include over-the-counter antacids, H2 blockers, proton pump inhibitors, which are PPIs, and prokinetics for other strong stronger prescriptions. Lifestyle changes. There it is. It says lifestyle changes. Well, try improving your diet, losing weight, being more active, managing stress, managing medications if needed, and changing your sleep position. More on these natural remedies as we continue. In severe cases, hernia surgery. Surgery is sometimes needed if a part of the stomach moves into the hiatus, which cuts off the blood flow to the stomach. Then a laparoscopic surgery is one of the common surgical methods used fixing hernias. The surgeon only makes small incisions to perform the laparoscopic surgery using a laparoscope. The risk is believed to be relatively low for lots of scarring or complications during recovery. This type of operation can include fixing or removing the hernia sac, tucking the stomach back in its correct place and out from the esophagus, making the opening of the hiatus smaller, or reconstructing a weak esophageal sphincter. Manipulation of the stomach. May choose to see alternative practitioners who manipulate the stomach non-invasively by hand to push it back to its correct position. There isn't strong evidence that this works for everyone, but it's a massaging technique. You go to a chiropractor who understands hiatal hernia and knows how to just massage that back into shape. And there are some chiropractors that know about it, and some have never heard about it. So let's, the 5 natural remedies we need to get to are treat acid reflux heartburn symptoms with a healthy diet. A poor diet can contribute to the overactive immune system, which causes all sorts of painful symptoms. And here are the foods that tend to make acid reflux or GERD symptoms worse for many people. You want to cut down on these foods if you've been diagnosed with a hiatal hernia. You want to cut down on alcohol or stop drinking it. Too much caffeine, cut back on the caffeine or discontinue it. Carbonated beverage, sugary drinks or energy drinks, artificial sweeteners, fried, greasy, or very fatty foods, refined vegetable oils, including canola oil. Don't buy canola oil. Let's just use coconut oil and olive oil. That's it. You know, maybe some safflower oil, but stay away from this canola oil. It's refined. And you want to stay away from spicy foods, chocolate and cocoa and citrus fruits and you want to stay away from garlic and onions and tomatoes and processed foods and those very high in sodium or synthetic additives. All these things are going to irritate hiatal hernias. There are also healthy foods that can help improve the symptoms, which include fresh organic vegetables, especially leafy greens and squash and artichoke and asparagus and cucumbers, and probiotic foods, and you know, probiotic foods, not yogurt and not kefir. Keep that anyway. Probiotic foods, but not yogurt and not kefir. Why? They clog things up. They're sure they've got probiotics in them, and that's the only good part about it. But they clog things up so much, and they don't have very much really probiotic. It's better to take a capsule of probiotics, one that has about 10 strains and about a 50 billion count. Now you're getting the real deal. You can get something like that from Better Health Herbs in Houston, Texas, 541-791-8400. They have one. That's the one I take. Fruits. You're going to want fruits in your diet if you can tolerate them well. But if you can't, got to leave the fruits that you can't tolerate, leave them out. The fruits you might be able to tolerate, like berries and melons, cantaloupes would be perfect. And lean proteins like free-range chicken and wild-caught fish should be in the diet. Bone broth. I made a great bone broth soup the other day. And yesterday, as a matter of fact, it was wonderful. And but bone broth, it's very healthy for you, very good for you. It's going to help. Bone broth will help when there's hiatal hernia. You want healthy fats. Again, the healthy fats are coconut oil and olive oil. And you don't want olive oil from Italy. It's got a bad reputation. It's claimed that the mafia is adulterating the olive oil, and a lot of oil is adulterated. So you want organic olive oil, first press, and but not from Italy, because you can't trust the oil from Italy. You want to get oil from Spain, from Greece, from anywhere else. You want to have herbs like parsley, ginger, and fennel in your diet. Parsley, ginger, and fennel are good for you when there's hiatal hernia. You want to use apple cider vinegar in your diet. And aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel, you want to use it for a short period of time because it can become habit forming. Don't use aloe vera over a long period of time. It's habit forming, and you won't be able to do without it. That's why I created other products that help them. And so if you're going to use aloe vera gel, which is helpful, but use it for a very short term. Maintain a healthy weight. Being overweight or obese puts extra pressure on the valves and sphincter that allow release of stomach acid. And in addition, obesity is often associated with low levels of stomach acid. In 8 of 9 studies included in a large review, as what does it say, Doctor? Okay. In 8 of 9 studies included in a large review as BMI, body mass index, a measure of body fat, rose, so did GERD symptoms. Try to reach and remain a healthy weight. Eat an unprocessed diet. An unprocessed diet. And whoa, I've got an incoming call. I'm going to get out of there, get back into there, and I'm going to resume. There you go. There we are. Change your sleep position. Try not to head to bed for several hours after eating dinner. Don't eat dinner and go to bed with a full stomach, since lying down can make symptoms worse. Relax after your last meal of the day. Stay up for about 3 hours before you're going to go to bed, and try to avoid being completely stationary. And for help with controlling the flow of the stomach contents, adjust your sleeping position. Sleep on a slight angle and raise the head of your bed 6 inches. That's right. Put some blocks under the head of the bed to raise your bed 6 to 8 inches. You can do this by using a bigger pillow, by using lifters or blocks under your bedposts. You want struggle to get good enough sleep many nights. In general, do you do that? Do you struggle to get a good sleep many nights in general? Try exercising more during the day. Exercise may help you fall asleep more soundly, and also has many benefits for digestive health, including lowering inflammation. You want to quit smoking. Smoking cigarettes increases inflammation and impairs muscle reflexes that are important for controlling release of digestive contents. Smoking may also increase production of stomach acid. Avoid smoking if you are suffering from acid reflux. Eat mindfully and manage stress. High levels of stress can have devastating effects on digestion for some people. Stress can raise inflammation levels and alter your gut health. It can also contribute to unhealthy habits like overeating, eating lots of processed foods, eating too quickly, not getting enough rest, not exercising and skipping meals. And you can help slow down symptoms of indigestion. Eat smaller meals rather than large meals. Only 1 to 3 times per day, eat small meals. Eat more slowly. Chew your food well so that you're getting those enzymes going with that food. In other words, eat mindfully. Work on managing stressors in your life through practices like prayer, reading, exercise, spending times outdoors, etc. So precautions when treating hiatal hernias. The most important warning signs associated with a severe hiatal hernia risk include severe pain in the chest or the abdomen. Some say this feels like having a heart attack, sudden nausea and vomiting, lots of trouble breathing normally, feeling like you're choking or wheezing, sudden and severe hoarseness in your voice, and severe constipation or painful bloating and gas. You want to talk to your doctor right away and get a diagnosis. So finally, to wrap it up, Final thoughts on hiatal hernias. A hiatal hernia, aka hiatus hernia, happens when a part of the stomach bulges into the chest through an opening called the hiatus, which connects the stomach to the esophagus, the food pipe. Symptoms of a hiatal hernia include those associated with heartburn, acid reflux, or GERD. These can include chest pains, burning sensations, sour taste in your mouth, loss of appetite, and other forms of indigestion. The causes of a hiatal hernias are muscle weakness in the abdomen and straining the digestive tissues and high levels of inflammation. Risk factors are eating a poor diet, obesity, older age, stress, genetics, injury to the abdomen, and pregnancy. Natural remedies include reducing inflammation. Get some turmeric. And when you combine turmeric with boswellia, I made a formula called inflammation with turmeric and boswellia. Those are two anti-inflammatories together. You can get that from Better Health Herbs. Just type in the word inflammation. And you can get it by calling 541-791-8400. That's Health and Herbs in Houston, Texas. 541-791-8400. But that's it. That's it. We've gone to the top of the hour. We're over the top of the hour. Matter of fact, we're at the top of the hour at the moment. And we've got to get back over here and get a closing prayer. We're going to talk about other things that we weren't able to get to today. We're going to be talking about them next week. We'll be talking about wound care and gangrene and Raynaud's symptom. All of those are things that can cause gangrene. We're going to be talking about gangrene next week. We ran out of time, so we're coming over here and we're looking for Prophet Elijah. We want that closing prayer. And I'm still looking. And where is Prophet Elijah? All right. There he is, right there. Prophet Elijah, we've come to the top of the hour. We need your closing prayer, sir, and any closing comments that you might have.
Well, I see that you did find me.
Of course I did.
I think you covered everything you could cover in the time frame, so we did an extra job.
Thank you, sir. That's what we want to do. We want to help people.
Yes, we do. John chapter 7, verse 16 through 18. Jesus answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his thought that sent me. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of the Most High God or whether I speak of myself. He that speaketh of himself seek his own glory, but he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him. I declare that the environmental toxins, the chemicals, and other toxins are poisoning agents in food, water, and the ground or the air over us that are assigned to kill, ruin, steal, and destroy human life shall not harm us. For you, Most High, have said in your word in Luke 10:19 that you have given us authority over the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm us. This is your word, and you do not lie. You also said in Mark 15:18, they that believe that if we ingest deadly poison, it should not hurt us at all. You gave us authority to cast out demons, to lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. We agree that this is your inheritance in Christ, and this we shall do according to your word. I declare we dwell in the secret place of the Most High, and we abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We take refuge under the shadow of your wings, and we say the Most High is our refuge and our fortress, our shelter. Thank you for delivering us from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence. We fear no weapon, no destruction, no plagues, no viruses, no vaccines. The enemies and the predators are trampling under our feet. And under our feet, Jesus Christ, we set our love upon you, and you deliver us from all evil and trouble, high cost, eviction, impoverishment, defeat, desperation, destitution. This is your promise in Psalms 91. Any chemicals that have worked their way into your bodies from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet are removed now, dematerialized and gone from your bodies. Your ears are healed so that you may hear the wisdom of the Most High God and not itching for something pleasing or gratifying. Your eyes shall be healed of all disease, any film, scales, cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, floaters and dots shall disappear and be gone. Nothing can stay in the vital organs of your body except the healing power of the blood of Jesus. So be it. Dr. Berst, thus said the Most High God, there is no loss of vision and focus. He said, does it feel as if all the vision that he has given to you never really took on any form? Are you looking for them, but simply cannot see in the sign? Does it seem like they are lost somewhere or disappeared out of sight? If you have been thinking this way, hang in there, because the great I am is very aware of the situation and what has been happening. As he led you to pray, he commands you to blow into and onto those pages. As you do so, see the Holy Spirit breathe upon each page, removing the dust and revealing what was beneath. New life will be blown into these visions, and they will come to life and take on a new form. If you have been wondering why certain things look so dead and have been crying out to me for a renewal of your vision, I heard your cry, and you have put you on my heart. Restoration and renewal lays ahead. I have not forgotten about that vision, says the Most High. This is the set time to restore your faith and to get yourself ready, for I am moving in your life as never before. Just have faith and become impregnated again. Believe and have faith. Call it forth each day with conviction. I will restore to you the vision and will revive it with a new fresh fire from above. In Jesus' name, so be it. Those who have ears to hear, receive the prophecy just spoken, believe it by faith, and take it, snatch it. The Most High God is no respecter of person, and he shows no partiality. So be it. Now, were you blessed by Discoveries and Health Ministry again today? If so, tell someone you know who may be blessed also. Bless Dr. Berst in return. Pray about sowing into this ministry so Dr. Berst may be able to keep offering this information freely to many. Be ever so kind to let Dr. Berst know that his time is not used in vain. Show him your appreciation for all that he does, whether it is in word or financial support. A workman is worthy of his heart, which is 2 hours of his time each week. Bless him, and you shall be blessed in return. So be it.
So be it. Thank you for all your wonderful, glorious prayers. I love them. And let us open the microphones. Did you have anything else you wanted to share before we open the microphones and all praise the Most High together?
Yes, everybody that's listening, just be contagiously blessed.
Okay, we're going to stay contagiously blessed, completely, continuously, and limitlessly blessed. So be it. Let's open those microphones up all across. There we are. They're all open. All praises to the Most High, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Dr. Truman.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High.
Shalom.
Let's talk to everybody.
And thank you, everybody on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. And thank everyone on YouTube for joining us. And we'll talk with you again next week. Thank you. Wow, still there. Save it. I think we saved it. Okay.